Spoiler alert, a very eventful offseason. And so, let's talk a little bit about a few different things as we get ready. The first, I think it's fair to start where we ended last year, which is the defending champions, the 12 UIL Texas High School football state champions. And they are in a varying degree of rebuilding or reloading. And I think it kind of depends on which one you want to look at. So we'll start at 6A. 6A Division I, North Crowley. Graduated pretty heavy, especially on the offensive side, right? They graduate Quentin Gibson. They graduate all sorts of players. I think they signed 8 players to FBS letters of intent. But should be pretty good defensively. A team that starts the year number 2 in Dave Campbell's Texas football. And a team that we've got high hopes for. Austin Vandegrift, 6A Division II. Very interesting because their defense,
flipped the script.
Their defense, which has always been the calling card of Drew Sanders' ball club, it's going to be very young, got wiped by graduation. But the offense
is
back.
Humming.
Miles Tedecki, they got big-time playmakers on that offense. Figures going to be very interesting what they look like there. 5A Division I, Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley, of course, finally got over the hump last year to win the 5A Division I state championship. Larry Hill back for another season, back to run it back. Their defense is going to be outrageous. Defensive end Hudson Woods, our 5A cover boy in the magazine, spectacular. But their offense loses, I think I called him folk hero, Cade Spradling, their quarterback. Can they reload offensively? That's a big question for Smithson Valley. 5A Division II, Richmond Randall. A team that I think brings back the star, the single individual star, Landon Williams-Callis, their unbelievable running back. But Keelan Sweeney, Chase Sims, a lot of the guys who made that team special, they have to reload there. Interesting to see. 4A Division I, of course, Salina, our gatefold cover boy on 2025 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas football. Brings back Bo Bentley, brings back Luke Biagini. They have the offensive and defensive players of the year in 4A coming back. There are some nuts and bolts that need to be put together. For example, Bill Elliott, an offensive line guy, got to rebuild an offensive line. How will that go? 4A Division II, Carthage. Carthage brings back essentially all their star power. Quarterback Jet Surratt. Running back KJ Edwards. Linebacker Queeve Beck. Tons of playmakers. But can they fill in the gaps around them? 3A Division I, Columbus. A remarkable run to their first state championship a year ago. They lose a lot of the key pieces off of one of the most exceptional offenses we've seen in 3A in a long time.
Oh, yes.
Grayson Rigdon, right? Adam Schobel, Mr. Texas football himself. The linebacker, John Schobel, right? Can they reload in a hurry to defend their crown? 3A Division II, Gunner, looking for a four-peat. We're going to talk about them in the next part of this. They've got some things, they've got some rebuilding, reloading to do on the field. And there are big changes off the field. 2A Division I, Ganado, hammered by graduation. Mm-hmm. A remarkable run to a state championship, their first ever in program history. Ganado, though, Bryce Ullman out the door. I think they only bring back 5 starters from last year's team.
They were a classic one that when we walked in the last year, we were like, if they don't get it done this year,
yes,
scary times are upon.
2A Division II, Munster. Munster's got some holes to fill, but they've got the guy in Case and Carney, who may be the best player in 2A.
Yeah.
Ready to lead them back into the to defend their crown. 1A Division I, Gordon.
My goodness.
Don't worry about them.
They will be just fine.
Okay. Bry Reed.
Striker
Reed, who committed right here at this desk a couple weeks ago to Air Force. Braden Walters. They're going to be just fine. And then 1A Division II, Jayton. An interesting squad here. Sean Stanlin, their quarterback, is back. But they have to rebuild a defense, which I thought was really the key part of what led them to their state championship. So those are the state champions, and one of the big questions heading into the season, will they rebuild or will they reload? Let's talk about new coaches. Pickle, there were 237 UIL 11-man Texas high school football coaching changes.
That's not a small amount.
237. That is roughly 1 in 5.
Wow.
1 in 5 change coaches. And by the way, there were some big ones. Gunner has a new coach. Jake Fizzell resigns. They bring in Jordan Gill, their offensive coordinator, to take over. Wimberley has a new head coach. Doug Warren, the legend, retires. Brownwood has a new coach. Sammy Burnett out. Gerald Brixey, the former Katy offensive coordinator, in. Lufkin's got a new head coach. Temple's got a new head coach, Chad President. Ennis has a new head coach. Sam Harrell retires. Huntsville has a new head coach. Todd Mabus taking over. Mason has a new head coach. Liberty Hill has a new head coach. Mart has a new head coach. Edna, Sweetwater. It is not just a long list of coaching changes, but also high-profile programs that are going to have new guys wearing the headset on the sideline.
And that's wild for a realignment year, too, or for a non-realignment year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is something we expect in realignment years, not necessarily non-realignment years. It was a busy offseason for Matt Stepp. TexasFootball.com's got all the coaching changes. Then, star power at every level. In looking over kind of the classifications and putting together the 2025 Summer Edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, there are remarkable playmakers at every level. And I was thinking about this as we get ready to hand out the 2025 Mr. Texas Football. There are some years with Mr. Texas Football where I think you can look at it and say, okay, he's the favorite, he's the guy to beat, or maybe it's between these two or three and whoever has the best year. I think that the crop of potential Mr. Texas footballs out there is wide-ranging. Mm-hmm. You've got a ton of star power out there at every level, right? We talked about Bo Bentley, the quarterback at Salina. I think he's going to be one of the favorites, right? Willis, could they have their second Mr. Texas football in 3 years? Jermaine Bishop, their all-everything quarterback, or their all-everything athlete, can absolutely go out there and win it, right? There are huge, huge star power at every level, from 6A all the way down to 1A and the private school ranks. That, if you go to TexasFootball.com, go to TexasFootball.com/recruiting, you can see all these recruits that are not only going to be out exceptional in college, but they are already exceptional in high school ranks. I think this is one of the deepest year of talent across the state that we've seen in quite a while. Let's get you up to speed on the preseason number ones. Of course, you can pick up the 2025 Summer Edition Dave Campbell's Texas Football at a store near you, or go to TexasFootball.com and order one for yourself, and you can see who the number one teams are. In 6A, South Lake Carroll.
They look incredible.
We mentioned this on Matt Stepp and I did. In a land in 6A where it doesn't really feel like there are a ton of sure things, this is one of the teams that on paper feels like a sure thing in 6A.
This goes back exactly to what we said kind of about Ganado last year, that you look at this team and go, man, if they can't get it done this year.
It's a big, big year. 19 starters back, including the quarterback, Angelo Renda, including the star wide receiver, the Ohio State commit, Brock Boyd. 9 starters on defense. South Lake Carroll, the number one team in 6A. 5A Division I, the Alito Bearcats. Lather, rinse, repeat. It wasn't an Alito year in 2024. Is an Alito year in 2025. They have not missed back-to-back state championship games since the mid-2000s. 5A Division II, Richmond Randall. We talked about them. They have some reloading to do. However, bringing back enough to give them the benefit of the doubt, although South Oak Cliff, Argyle, Iowa Colony within their own district, Fort Bend Marshall within their own district, I think loom large. 4A Division I, Salina. We talked about them. Bo Bentley, Luke Biagini, but I think Canyon West Plains is hot on their heels. I think Kilgore is anxious to get back to a title game. Stephenville's in the mix. Keep an eye on 4A Division I. 4A Division II, it starts with Carthage at number one spot, but Pleasant Grove is hot on their heels. And keep an eye on La Vega. I think they were a year early last year. 3A Division I, we start the year with Columbus, but Franklin looms. Paradise has their best team maybe in program history. Jefferson looks really good. Edna, if they can kind of settle into the coaching change. 3A Division I figures to be a lot of fun. 3A Division II, Gunner. Can they execute the four-peat with a new quarterback in Knox Gage and a new coach in Jordan Gill? If not, Tidehaven's right there. Wall, right there. Lexington with Case Evans, right there. 2A Division I, Refugio. Is this the year they get over the hump? Is this the year they finally get back to that state championship stage? Been knocked out by Ganado the last 2 years. Refugio's up, Ganado seemingly down. Can they get over there? If not, Ganado's good enough. Wascom's a team to keep an eye on. Garrison as well. Stamford in that mix as well. 2A Division II, Munster. Munster is a team to beat, in my opinion. I think we are careening towards a Munster-Shiner rematch, but Bremond has their best team, in my opinion, since the Rashad Paul days. Albany, I think, is going to be exceptional. Groover and Wink look loaded for bear. 1A Division I, Gordon starts as our favorite to go for a three-peat. The star power is outrageous. They're playing 2 11-man games. I do think that Whiteface is a threat, as is Water Valley. And then 1A Division II, it's Jayton. But I think Jayton and Klondike are this close. Maybe loop in Richland Springs, depending on what the coaching situation looks like. But those top 3, with Jayton, Klondike, and Richland Springs, looks really, really good. And finally, Pickle, more Texas high school football than ever.
I think we can just stop it there. That rocks.
There's more than 8,000 Texas high school football games that all kick off 5 o'clock on next Thursday. 5 o'clock. And there will be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. That is the place to stream Texas high school football. The home of Texas high school football is Dave Campbell's Texan Live. We will have more high school football games than we've ever had on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. And I was on a podcast yesterday, and it's not a high school football podcast, just kind of a general podcast. And I told people, I'm like, just go to a game. Even if you don't think high school football is for you, go to a game. Mm-hmm. It's cheap entertainment. You get entertained by the band at halftime. Go buy a hot dog and support the Booster Club.
It's wholesome, man.
We are back. And there is more Texas high school football than ever in 2025. And we have you covered every step of the way like nobody else at Dave Campbell's Texas Football.